Hello, everybody, and welcome to the second episode of the NFL Story franchise. And here it is, the moment you've all been waiting for. But before we get to the draft picks, there has been a trade during the draft. The Titans sent the 18th, 82nd, and 221st overall picks to the Chargers for the 6th overall pick. All right, so the Bears end up with Mitch Trubisky with their first pick, the third overall, and he ends up being an 82 superstar. Now, I tried not to screw with the ratings too much. If the guy was already very good, I didn't do a lot of changing. And then they get David Njoku in the second round out of Miami. He's a 76 superstar. You can see all these guys' ratings here and take a look. He's going to be pretty quick. He's going to be a heck of a player for him. And they get Taylor Moton out of Western Michigan. He is a 75 with normal development. He should be a very good blocker for them. Then they get Travin Dural out of LSU, 99th overall in the draft. And he's a 75 normal, so he can definitely help out that receiving core alongside Alshon Jeffrey. Then they go out and they get Deshaun Hall in the fourth round as well, 107th overall from Texas A&M. He's a 70 normal, so he's not going to be a day one starter, but he can provide some depth. Then you get Charles Walker, the defensive tackle out of Oklahoma, 74 normal in the fifth round, third pick. Good pickup for them. He's got some work to do, but he can definitely become a serviceable defensive tackle. Isaac Asiata at guard. He is a 72 normal. They got him in the sixth round, so not bad. 167th overall. So the next team on the list will be the Bengals, going in alphabetical order, and their first pick is Tim Williams, coming out of Alabama, a middle linebacker, 79 normal development. 10th overall pick. That'll definitely anchor the middle of their defense for sure. DeMarcus Walker in the second round, 42nd overall, defensive end out of Florida State. He is a 76 quick development, so very good there. And then Adam Biznawadi out of Pitt is the guard, 75th overall, 75 normal. He should be very good on their line. They had no tackles. They needed somebody. Then they get Tano Pasagnan, 72 overall, quick development coming out of Villanova. So he should grow into being a force on their team. Then they go out and they get Elijah McGuire as a third string running back behind Hill and Bernard. And he is a 72 normal out of Louisiana Lafayette. So 170th overall in the sixth round they got him. Then they get Davin Godchaux from LSU, 74 normal in the seventh round, 202 overall pick. That's not bad. Now the Bills go out and get Deshaun Watson after getting rid of Tyrod Taylor, as you saw in the last video. He's a 78 slow development out of Clemson, 11th overall pick. We'll see what he can do this season. Maybe he can do something for him. See what the Clemson star has in a bag. Roderick Johnson from Florida State in at right tackle, 78 normal development. So they're two big picks, don't have great development, but they are very good numbers, and they might be able to do something. Charles Harris, a little under the radar there. He's in the second round. Only a 68 from Missouri, but he is a quick development. They expect him to move up quick. Dorian Johnson they get at guard from Pitt, 75 normal, so two good linemen to go with a good quarterback. They might be building something here. Then they get Lorenzo Jerome, the free safety from St. Francis, PA. Not on a lot of people's radar, but he's a 78 quick development. And they only spent a 130th overall pick to get him. Then Noah Brown, who is a 73. Apparently his ratings are dropping there, but out of Ohio State. So 73 normal for him. Joseph Yearby they get in the 5th round, 156 overall. He's a running back from Miami. He's a 68 normal. That's not a bad pick at all for that late of a pick. Then they get Greg Pike. He's a 72 normal out of Georgia guard, 171st overall. So they really went heavy on the offensive line and offense in general. The Broncos go out and get Nazir Jones there at DT. He's only a 72, but he's a quick development, and I think on that kind of defense, he can definitely shine. And they got him 20th overall. Then John Heck, 76 overall, only a normal development out of North Carolina. So 2 North Carolina boys with the first 2 picks in the 1st and 3rd round. Then Dietrich Wise Jr., only a 68, but he was picked in the 4th round. But he's only a normal, so I just expect him to be a depth player for them. Then Brian Hill gets picked out of Wyoming, a 70 normal, 5th round, 20th pick, so 148 overall. See what he can give them. Then they get Josh Reynolds, the wide receiver out of Texas A&M, 73 normal, 178th overall. Now we move to the Browns, who get Myles Garrett, as everyone suspects. 1st overall, he's a 78 superstar, so he'll be an excellent pass rusher for this team. Let me know if you think they made the right decision. I think they did because they get DeShone Kizer, the quarterback from Notre Dame. They get him. He's a 78 quick, and they definitely expect, will he be great or will he be another Browns quarterback that falls? You let me know in the comments below. They also get Garyon Conley, the corner from Ohio State, with the 1st pick in the 2nd round, 72 quick for him. Then they get Ethan Pocic, the center from LSU, and he is a quick developer, 75 overall. That's a very good pick. Okay, and then with the next pick, they go out and they get Everett Ingram, the tight end. He's a 76, but he's a slow developer. But I think, with Kizer, he may be able to do something there. Him and Barnage might be a good double tight end team. They get him in the 3rd round. Marcus Williams in the 5th round, 129th overall. He's a 73 quick development free safety. That'll be very good for the Browns. They need something like that. And then they go out and they get Larry Ogunjobi, and he's a 72 superstar. So 161st overall. So they get 2 superstars and 4 quick developers in this draft. Very good draft for the Browns. Now on to the Bucks, who get Jabril Peppers, 19 overall, and he's an 80. He's an 80 normal out of Michigan, but he should be an impact player. And then they get T.J. Watt, 74 quick out of Wisconsin, 51st overall. He should definitely be an impact pass rusher for them. I don't know if he's going to make an impact right away, but who knows. Chris Godwin, the 73 normal wide receiver out of Penn State, they get him 83rd overall. Should be a nice compliment to Mike Evans and the team. Gerald Everett they get, the tight end out of South Alabama. He's a 72 normal. And then they go ahead and complement that pick with another tight end, Cole Hikutini, 72 normal again. So 2 tight ends, and they were drafted 2 picks apart, 113 and 115 overall. So definitely going heavy on the weapons for Jameis. Now, Fish Smithson gets picked. That's probably one of my favorite names in the draft. 71 overall, quick development, 141 overall they took him. Not bad. Then they go out and get Avery Genesee, the tackle out of Texas A&M. He's a 71 normal, so they're trying to put together protection for Jameis as well. Then they actually go out and they get another receiver, this one from Louisville, James Quick. He's a 68 normal, but he's pretty quick. I hate to, do the pun there, but he's fast. So he might play a role. On to the Cardinals, they get Derek Barnett with their 1st pick, 12th overall out of Tennessee. He's a 76 normal developer, but he can definitely make an impact for them right away and help that young Cardinals defense. Then they get Juju Smith-Schuster, which whether the quarterback is Palmer or someone else, they definitely are going to need a weapon. So there he is. And then they get Zay Jones, who's a 71 normal out of ECU, 172nd overall. So not bad with acquiring the weapons as people like Larry Fitzgerald retire. Then they get Kendall Beckwith out of LSU, the middle linebacker, trying to again bolster their defense. 72 normal in the 7th round, 204th overall. Now onto the Chargers, they get Ryan Ramczyk, the tackle out of Wisconsin, 76 superstar development. So good pick, 18th overall for them. Then they get Vinny Taylor, the DT out of Oklahoma State, 76 normal, 38th overall. So good one there. They acquired a ton of picks from the Titans for that 6th overall. Then they get Damian Mama out of USC, 73 quick, good guard. Then they get Malachi Dupre. I think that's how you say it. 71 overall, but quick development, so he should definitely help out Rivers. Then Jeremy McNichols comes on the team at halfback. Now, this is the team that signed Latavius Murray. They have Melvin Gordon, so Jeremy McNichols will be their third back out of Boise State. Then they get Daryl Daniels, the tight end out of Washington. 70 normal development, but I think Rivers will find a way to get him the ball. Then they get another one of my favorite names, Weston Steelhammer, the strong safety out of Air Force. 71 with superstar development. So that'll definitely be interesting to see how this guy develops. The Chiefs get lucky as Corey Davis falls into their lap. And they just so happen to have a space for a receiver, and he will add quickness with Tyreek Hill and Jeremy Maclin. Now, second round, they take Raekwon McMillan, middle linebacker out of Ohio State. Then they get Wayne Gallman, the running back from the champions Clemson, 91st overall, 70 normal, so not a bad pick. Then they get Rasul Douglas out of West Virginia, their corner, 155th overall, he's a 72 normal. So they didn't really address a ton of needs, and they only really got 4 players, but not bad. Then onto the Colts, who get one of the best players in the draft, Dalvin Cook, 81 quick development out of Florida State. He is going to be a force. That is an immediate impact that the Colts really, really need with no running game. Then they get Takaris McKinley, only a 72 overall, but he's got superstar development, and he may start on this defense. The defense is so bad. They needed help there. He could be an impact player as well, possibly. Then they get the defensive end Dwayne Smoot out of Illinois in the 3rd round, 79th overall, and he is a 74 normal, but he can help with that defense as well. Then they get Jehu Chesson from Michigan, the wide receiver, not necessarily a need for them, but they took him 71 normal in the 4th round with the shithouse pick 111. And then Josh Jones, the free safety out of NC State, 69 normal, 143rd overall. They take him as well. Again, guys, I want to hear what you guys think of these drafts. Let me know in the comments below if you're a fan of the team. John Ross falls into the Cowboys' lap, and another weapon for Dak. 76 quick for John Ross at 28th overall. Then they go out and they get Julian Davenport, 71 quick in the 2nd round, 40th overall. Maybe the overall number of 71's a little low, but he's a quick developer, and that line's too good to let him fail. Quincy Wilson, that's what they needed, a quick developing corner, and they get him from Florida. Late in the 2nd. Didn't think he would be there, but maybe people wanted to pass on that, project type of a player, 72 overall with quick development. Then D.D. Westbrook, 76 normal. So they get 2 really good receivers. I don't care if D.D. Westbrook is normal. This dude can win a couple of best wide receivers awards with those stats. Then they get Carroll Phillips, the outside linebacker from Illinois, 70 normal. And they get him with a 92nd pick. Then Will Holden, who is another quick developing lineman, only a 68, but at 123rd overall, I'd have picked him. Kyle Callis, they get at 124th overall, 72 normal out of Michigan. Then they get Joshua Dobbs to back up Dak Prescott, and he is a 67 normal from Tennessee quarterback. So that'll definitely help them out at 140th overall. Now onto the Dolphins draft, and they get Reuben Foster in the first round at 22 overall from Alabama. He's a superstar, but his number is not high. It's going to be a project. Then they get Carl Lawson, who's only a normal developing 72, out of Auburn in the second round. Then they didn't have a pick until the fifth round. They take Eric Magnuson, 73, out of Michigan, another normal developer. Then they get Dalvin Thompson, a DT out of Alabama. Again, another normal guy, 74. And then their best pick probably is the 74 DT they got in the seventh round. But two DTs. And then they get, now we're on to the Eagles. And the Eagles get Malik McDowell in the first round. And he's a 76 quick. Then they get Tre'Davious White. They definitely needed a corner, and they got one out of LSU. And then they get Deion Dawkins, the tackle out of Temple. He's a 73 quick. Then they get Jeremy Cutrer out of Middle Tennessee State, and he is a 70 overall normal. Then they get Jared Morgan, the guard, from... Where the heck is he from? Kutztown, Pennsylvania, 72 normal. So, and he was 105th overall. Then they get Dylan Cole at 110 overall from Missouri State, another 70 normal. Then they get Gerard Evans, a quarterback with quick development, but only a 69 out of Tech in the fifth round at 137. So, pretty good value there. Again, let me know what you're thinking of these drafts in the comments below. Really, really want to hear your opinions. Rayshawn Jenkins, 71 overall out of Miami. And he's another normal development. But they got him in the seventh round along with Billy Brown, the superstar, 68 out of Shepherd University. He's going to start low and work his way up. Then the Falcons, who probably had the worst draft. Let me know if you agree with me below. They get Caleb Brantley, who's a 74 quick in the first round. That's not too bad. Then they get Jake Butt, who's a 72 quick in the second round, but he's not going to be an impact right away. Then they get Steven Taylor, who can't be an impact right away, as he's only a 70 normal outside linebacker. And then Mark Lee's only a 68 normal outside middle linebacker. He can't make an impact immediately. And then Corey Levin from Chattanooga is a 70 normal guard. He's not going to make an impact on that incredible line right away. And then Jalen Reeves-Maybin may not even make it in the NFL at a 65 normal. So I didn't like that draft. 49ers, though, had a pretty darn good draft with Jamal Adams, second overall. He's a superstar. And then they get Cameron Sutton, who's a slow, but at a 76, he might be able to turn that around, makes a couple picks this year. Then in the fourth round, and 98th overall, they get Carlos Henderson. 76 normal, but with that speed, he should be able to do some things on that team, especially with Tyrod Taylor's arm. And then Tyrod Taylor gets another weapon in KD Cannon out of Baylor, 76 normal in the fifth round. Then in the sixth round, he gets some protection here from Tyler Orlowski, the 75 superstar center that they get. And D'Angelo Brown, 67 normal. He's just a death DT. And then Corn Elder is going to be a def corner at a 70 normal. So now we're going to move on to the next team, and that is the New York Giants. And they pick up in the first round Jared Davis out of Florida with a 77 quick development. That's going to be a very, very important pick for them. Then they get the quarterback to take over for Eli Manning, Nathan Peterman out of Pitt. Smart. Then they get DeMonte Kazee from San Diego State. He's a quick developer, but only a 68. Then they get Brandon Bell out of linebacker U, and he's not that great, 68 normal, and that's it. Now the Jaguars get a big-time lineman, Cam Robinson, out of Alabama, 76 superstar. That's going to be real big to help protect Bortles and make him into that superstar he's supposed to be. Then they get Dan Feeney, who is a 77 quick. And then they get Buda Baker, who's an 80 quick. So 3 really good picks to start the draft in the first, second, and third round. Then they get Davis Webb in the fourth. They're trying to get some competition for Bortles, but it doesn't look like he's going to give them much as a slow developer. Then they get Dan Skipper, who's a 71 quick tackle out of Arkansas in the fourth round as well. Then Freddie Stevenson is the fullback out of Florida State, and he's a 73 normal. And then they get Vince Beagle, 74 outside linebacker out of Wisconsin. Not bad. The Jets only got 3 guys, but here they are. Marlon Humphrey, 76 quick out of Alabama, 7th overall. So not bad start. Then Brad Kaya falls to them at the 7th pick in the second round as an 80 normal. They'll take it. And then in the 7th round, they had to wait to pick again. They get Kenny Galladay, the wideout out of Northern Illinois. So 69. Then we go on to the Lions, who get Zach Cunningham in round 1. 77 quick out of Vandy. 21st overall. Then they get Desmond King, 76 normal, out of Iowa, 53rd overall. Then they get Chris Wormley out of Michigan, 72 north, so he's staying in Michigan as a 72 normal on the Lions. And then they get Connor McDermott, the tackle out of UCLA, 73 normal, 117th. Then they get Kevin King, Washington's star corner, and he's a superstar, but he's going to have to work his way up as a 68. And then they get Taywan Taylor, a 69 quick wide receiver out of Western Kentucky. So now we will move on to the Packers, who take in round 1 Adoree Jackson, 74 superstar out of USC. Then they also get, they went really heavy on secondary. That's why I don't like their draft as much as I should. But then in the second round, 64th overall, they get Marcus May, the 80 superstar free safety. So 2 superstar secondary players. And then they get Josh Harvey Clemens, who's an 80 normal strong safety. So 3 secondary players. Then they get Hassan Reddick, who's a 68 quick. I see what they were trying to do, but I don't think he's going to be able to make an impact immediately. Then Brendan Langley, another secondary player out of Lamar, Texas. He's a 70 superstar. So they're stocking up on those secondary players, which I guess maybe they need. And then Zach Banner to help protect Aaron Rodgers. He's a 70 normal. Looks like he'll just be a depth guard. And then Nathan Jerry, who's a slow but 78 again, strong safety. So a lot of safety on this team now. Leonard Fournette leads off the Panthers picks at 8 overall. 81 superstar. This guy is a stud, and he's ready to take over the reins from Jonathan Stewart, I think. Jordan Lewis is their second pick in the third round there. He's a corner from Michigan, 72 normal. And then Amba Edatawo, I think that's how you say it, wide receiver out of Syracuse, 75 quick. Can't wait to see what this guy can do with Cam Newton. Then you got Adam Shaheen, another tight end to go opposite of Greg Olsen out of Ashland. He's a 70 superstar, so they're definitely going to want to develop him with Cam. Then they get Riley Bulla, who's just going to be a death middle linebacker out of Michigan State, 66 normal. Patriots picks, they get O.J. Howard after losing Martellus Bennett to go opposite of Rob Gronkowski. He may end up playing a few games this year as a starter. Then they get Samaje Perine, 72 quick halfback out of Oklahoma. So he'll go right with the other speedsters, White and Deion Lewis. Then they get Josh Caraway, the defensive end from TCU. He's a 70 normal. Then they get Jerron Jones, who's a 67 normal defensive tackle out of Notre Dame. Then they get Hunter Dimmick, another 70 normal defensive end out of Utah. So they tried to get pass rush those last 3 picks. We'll see what happens. The Salt Lake City Raiders start with Malik Hooker out of Ohio State. Good pick, 76 quick. He should make an impact. They also get Curtis Samuel from Ohio State, 75 quick. So going heavy on the Ohio State, but two pretty good players should make an impact. Then they go out and they get Chad Wheeler from USC, the tackle, and he is a 71 normal. They get him at 88 overall in the third round. Then they get Carlos Watkins, the DT from the champion Clemson, 74 normal at 120 overall. Then they get Corey Smith, another Ohio State player, 69 quick, wide receiver, 152nd overall, and that was their draft. Then we have the LA Rams. They had their first pick in the second round, so at 37 overall, they get Chidobe Awuzie from Colorado, 70 only, but he's a quick developer. Hopefully he'll help them. Then they get Cooper Kupp, 69 normal from East Washington in the fourth round, 101 overall. Then they get J.J. Dielman, the tackle from Utah, 71 normal at 133 overall. Then they get C.J. Beathard, the quarterback out of Iowa, for competition with Jared Goff. And believe it or not, they're the same overall right now. Now, he's just a normal development, but who says he doesn't play better? Now we are going on to the Ravens, who get Mike Williams to fall to them at 16. They get him out of Clemson. He's an 80 superstar. He's going to make a crazy impact for Flacco. Then they also get Deonta Foreman, a 79 superstar. So after losing West, they get Deonta Foreman. He should be incredible for them. I don't know how he fell to them. Then they get Amara Darboh out of Michigan for another Flacco weapon, a 78 normal. And when you think it's over, that's when they get Jordan Leggett out of Clemson as well. So Leggett and Williams both going to become weapons for Flacco in this offense. So they went heavy offense, but it's what they need. Then they get a depth corner in Sojourn Shelton out of Wisconsin, a 68 normal. So he'll help provide some depth to the team. Then the Redskins get Solomon Thomas at 17 overall, defensive end out of Stanford, 78 quick for him. Then they get Elijah Qualls, the DT from Washington, at the 49th pick, and he's a 72 normal. Then they go out and they get Nico Siragusa from San Diego State. He's a 72 quick developer out of San Diego State. He's 76 overall. They pick him. And lastly, they get Eddie Jackson in the third round, 81 overall from Alabama, and he's a 71 normal. Again, let me know what you think of these drafts in the comments below. Marshawn Lattimore out of Ohio State going to the Saints. They need the secondary big time. 79 quick should definitely help them out. And then they find their quarterback to take over for Breeze. So the Giants and the Saints going after quarterbacks there. Patrick Mahomes out of Texas Tech. He's a superstar developer. Then they get David Sharp, 79 superstar guard, to help in the third round at 77 overall. And then Ryan Switzer to grow up with Mahomes on the team. He's a 78 quick from UNC, and they got him in the fourth round at 109 overall. I mean, how did they find that? And then Kareem Hunt from Toledo, a 70 superstar. They grab him in the sixth round at 173. Saints had a fantastic draft. Seahawks, they grab Cordrea Tankersley at 26 overall from Clemson. He's a 79 normal. Good player. He'll grow up with Richard Sherman very well. Then they get Anthony Walker Jr., 73 normal out of Northwestern, middle linebacker. So he'll be the backup middle linebacker on the team, but he'll get a chance to learn from the best. Then they go out and they get Eddie Vanderdoes, and he is the DT out of UCLA, but he's got slow development. So, they're going to have to train him and bring him along. Cole Croston at tackle from Iowa. So they really needed a lineman, and this is all they got because their final pick is Stacy Coley, the wide receiver out of Miami. He's a 71 normal. So not a great needs draft for them. Steelers turn around and pick Taco Charlton in the first round. At 31 overall, he's a 72 quick at Michigan. So trying to build up that pass rush that couldn't stop the Patriots in real life. And then Devontae Fields, the outside linebacker out of Louisville, 74 quick for him. He's 63rd overall pick. That's actually pretty good for them. Then they turn out and they get Howard Wilson, 74 normal corner from Houston. So he may not make an impact immediately, but he should be pretty good if they bring him along. Then Donnell Pumphrey from San Diego State, 75 normal. They get him at 127 overall, so very good value pick for them there to have a nice backup to Le'Veon. Then they get Artavis Scott out of Clemson, 68 normal, so 159 overall. May not be the best receiver in this year's draft. And then they get Ahmad Thomas, a superstar free safety out of Oklahoma, with a 191 pick, so that's actually really good for them. The Texans now. Sidney Jones from Washington, 78 normal corner. They got him 25th overall. Not a bad pick at all. But this is the pick. Garrett Bowles, 78 quick tackle. That's definitely going to help Osweiler if they didn't take a quarterback. And then Forrest Lamp is only going to add to that. They get him third round, 89th overall from Western Kentucky. He's a 79 superstar. Then they get Jordan Willis at 121 overall, 70 normal out of Kansas State. And then they also go out and get Sean Harlow, the guard from Oregon State, 70 normal. So no quarterback. Osweiler is going to need those linemen. The Titans, with their 5th overall pick, take Teez Tabor, the corner from Florida, 79 quick. And then what would they take with this pick they got from San Diego? What would they need that pick for? Jonathan Allen out of Alabama, 76 quick. So they got 2 crazy impact players in the top 10. And then they wouldn't pick for a while, but they get Isaiah Ford, a 75 normal receiver. Then they get Cooper Rush in the 4th round, quarterback. He's a 69 slow, but they just needed a backup, and he'll sit behind Mariota. Then they get Antonio Garcia in the 5th round at 146 overall. He's a 75 quick tackle. Definitely going to help protect Mariota. Finally, the Vikings had to wait till the 2nd round at the 46 overall pick, but they get their replacement for AP, Christian McCaffrey, 75 superstar. So it's going to take a little while, but he should come along nicely. Then they get Bucky Hodges to go on the other side of Kyle Rudolph, 72 quick from Virginia Tech. Then they get Ryan Anderson at 78 overall from Alabama. He's a 76 quick. He'll definitely help that defense out. Then they get Pat Elflein from Ohio State, and he is a 71 quick. Then they get Garrett Sickles from Penn State. He's a 72 normal defensive end in the 4th round at 108 overall. Then also in the 4th round at 118, they get Demorier Stringfellow from Ole Miss, 68 normal. Then they go out there and they get tackle Nate Thieker from Wayne State. He's a 71 superstar, and they got him all the way at 142 overall. Then at 174 overall, they get James Conner, the halfback from Pitt, 70 normal. So they would have one more pick after that, and it would be Jaleel Johnson, the defensive tackle from Iowa, at 201 overall, 69 quick. So now we're going to go over the draft grades for all of the teams. Here we go. 32 is the Atlanta Falcons. We give them an F because there's not a lot of impact players here. Let me know what you think of this in the comments below. Then at 31, we go with the Rams with a D-. Again, they only had 4 picks, and it doesn't look like they have any impact players that are going to help them now. 30, we go with the Philadelphia Eagles. They had 9 picks. okay? And one of them is over 75 that can help right now. The Dolphins get a D plus, number 29. They get a D plus because it doesn't look like they have a lot of impact players, and they only got one superstar. Then the Denver Broncos at 28 with a C minus. Only 4 players. Only looks like one guy might start on their team this year. Then we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 27, also with a C minus. They picked a lot of players, and it looks like Peppers and Watt are their only good ones. It doesn't look like they got any steals. The Patriots coming in at 26, also with a C minus. They got a couple quick developers at the top. Their later round picks don't look like they're going to pan out. 25, the Steelers also with a C minus. 2 quick guys at the top and a nice steal at the bottom. The middle not so great. 24 is the Washington Redskins with a C. 4 picks, all of them in the 70s. 2 quick developers, not bad. Okay, let me know what you think below. 23, New York Giants get a C as well. 2 good players at the top. They may not need Peterson now. They certainly need Davis, and Peterman's great for the future. Then the Colts get a C as well, and they are looking at one of the best players in the draft and a superstar on defense that they really need, but the rest, blah. Then the Lions get a C also. Cunningham's very good, King's very good, but they got to wait for Kevin King and Tywan Taylor to come along. Salt Lake City Raiders also get a C. They have 2 very good players, it looks like, at the top, and maybe one at the bottom. But outside of Ohio State, doesn't look like they picked very well. Then the Dallas Cowboys get a C. Didn't really fill a ton of needs, but they got a lot of pretty decent players. Then at 18, the LA Chargers get a C plus with a superstar at the bookends and a couple quicks in there. They had a pretty decent draft. Then the Minnesota Vikings get a C plus for doing the best they can starting from the second round to fill some of their needs. Again, let me know what you think. 16, the Kansas City Chiefs. They grab one of the best players in the draft. Not a lot after that, and it wasn't a big need, but it was pretty good. Then the Carolina Panthers get a B minus for getting, again, one of the best players in the draft, along with some other fill-in players. Then the Green Bay Packers get a B minus with, one of the best secondary drafts I've ever seen. Then the Seattle Seahawks at 13, also with a B minus. They got pretty much all 70s and all guys who can, I guess, a little bit play at least. Then at 12, the Bills. They get their quarterback. They get tackle and guard to protect him. Pretty good draft. 11, the Jacksonville Jaguars. They have 3 really good players at the top of this draft, and they got a steal as their 5th pick. The San Francisco 49ers get a B as they get Jamal Adams, and they get 2 really good receivers that could be something, and a superstar center. The Arizona Cardinals get a B here. With only 4 picks, they made the most of it. The first 2 picks are great, and the other 2 could be very solid players as well. The New York Jets get a B. With only 3 picks, they get 2 instant starters. That's pretty great. Let me know what you think of these drafts below. What's your favorite draft? Number 7 is the Cleveland Browns. They get a B+, all 70s. They got 4 quicks and 2 superstars. You can't do much better than that. The Chicago Bears get their franchise quarterback. They get a B+. He is the highest number in the draft. They also get all 70s. Can't beat it. Number 5, Cincinnati Bengals, B+. They get all 70s as well. They get 2 quicks, a bunch of normals, and the normals are pretty high numbers. Tennessee, they trade up to get 2 real impact players, and then they get another really good tackle and a really good wide receiver. The quarterback was just a backup. Houston Texans get an A-. Sidney Jones, Garrett Bowles, Forrest Lamp. Come on. That's going to protect Osweiler. He needs it. Baltimore Ravens get an A. Mike Williams, Deonta Freeman, and Darbo and Leggett. Come on, man. That is a freaking great draft. And then the Saints get our number 1 grade with an A+. They get Lattimore. They get Sharp. They get Switzer. They get Mahomes for the future. Again, drop a like, drop a comment. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. There's plenty more of these videos coming for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Peace out.